Should you watch a video that starts with spam pop-up messages? That is not a rhetorical question. The correct answer is yes. Because this video is about an oat drink newsletter you may or may not care about, though you probably do not. It is called Spam by Oatly. Oatly is the name of an oat drink company as well as the name of a dog on TikTok, though the dog spells Oatly with an E and the oat drink company spells it with other letters instead. That is not important though, so let's move on. After that riveting introduction, you were probably expecting me to launch into a lengthy list of product features and benefits of Spam by Oatly. But the truth is, Spam by Oatly is an oat drink newsletter, and one thing I have learned about oat drink newsletters is they do not have product benefits or features. Another thing I have learned about oat drink newsletters is that I am glad I do not have to write them. In fact, just thinking about having to write an oat drink newsletter gives me the willies. If you are not familiar with the willies, they are like the heebie-jeebies. If you do not know what the heebie-jeebies are, they are like a disquieting apprehension or an angst burrow deep in one's soul. It may seem unusual to hear a globally recognized professional voiceover talent such as myself criticize the brand that is paying me to record this message, but that is what I like about Spam by Oatly. Together Oatly and I have created a circle of trust, though there are only two of us, so it is more like a line. Nevertheless, they now embrace my authenticity and let me be honest and not just stick to a script. So I am able to bring my whole self to work and demonstrate behavioral modeling to colleagues who also want to bring their A game to the workplace. Recording TikTok videos for Spam by Oatly is not like when I am doing recordings for other companies such as technical support centers. Those companies do not care about who I am as a person. They just treat me like some sort of voice machine. In fact, if support centers could replace all of us actors with AI, they probably would. But it will be impossible. Machines cannot duplicate our humanity. And as for AI, don't get me started. Wait, it seems you already have. Whenever I do voiceover work with technical support centers, I know exactly how it will go. They will have me record lines like, "This call is being recorded for quality assurance." And then they will say, "That's great, can you give me a version with more energy?" And I will say, "This call is being recorded for quality assurance." And they will say, "That's perfect, we should probably get one version to be safe." And I will say, "This call is being recorded for quality assurance." And they will say, "It can't possibly get any better than that, but now can you give us a version that sounds a little more authoritative?" And I will say, "This call is being recorded for quality assurance." And they will say, "Whoa, that sounds a little too aggressive, can we try it again?" And I will say, "This call is being recorded for quality assurance." And they will say, "That's much better, can you give us 12% more joy?" And I will say, "This call is being recorded for quality assurance." And they will say, "That sounded like only 11% more joy." And I will record another version even though the previous one was actually 12% more joy, just like they'd requested. I do this because I am a professional voiceover. This is not a side gig. You probably know that because you recognize my voice. For example, you have probably heard me say, "In 500 feet turn right on Main Street." That was also me who said, "In 100 feet turn right on Main Street." My fans really love it when I say, "In 50 feet turn right on Main Street." But I am probably most famous for the line, "Recalculating route." I hate to show my vulnerability, but I feel like we are now friends who trust each other, so here goes. I am still upset at missing out on the role of the voiceover who says, "For English, press 1. That would have made me the mayor of Easy Street if streets had mayors, and yes, I am aware they do not. But it's true. Being a successful professional voiceover such as myself can be quite lucrative. By that I mean pulling fat stacks, dropping dime, opening a dough factory, swimming in a pool of Benjis, and by Benjis I mean $100 bills featuring the face of writer, scientist, statesman, diplomat, printer and publisher Benjamin Franklin, whose face is featured on the $100 bill. My accountant said I could probably retire just on the usage rights of me stating, "Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line." The last time I did a TikTok video for Spam by Oatly reminds me of my frustration with Daryl, a man I met at the waterslide. Not to bring up the situation again because I'm totally over it, but Daryl was supposed to look after our daughter the day I did my last recording session for Spam by Oatly, but he did not show up on time. He tried to make excuses, but I was like, "Talk to the thing that's attached to my wrist," and by that I mean my hand. Zing. You should have seen his face. He looked like a man who was not aware that I possessed such sassiness. He continued to try and plead with me, but I was like, "Stop it right there, you cannot woo me. Take your woo game to someone who has a weakness for wooing, because from now on I will not be wooed." I said in no uncertain terms that my days of being wooed are on the pages of a calendar that have already been torn off and discarded, and by that I mean in the past. Why is there a phone ringing in a recording booth? Hello?
Biscuit.
Oh no, it's Daryl.
Biscuit, I've been trying to get a hold of you for days.
Daryl, you have some nerve calling me here. Do you not recall the fact that I am an emotional lockbox and that you no longer have the key?
Biscuit, why are you talking like that?
I am in the middle of doing a recording for Spam by Oatly and cannot risk my vocal stamina by arguing with you right now.
I still love you, Biscuit.
We are done and there is nothing you can say to make me reconsider.
I love you so much I would drink your bath water.
Okay, I will reconsider. What if the bath water were cold? As if I was reading a good book in the bath and got so engrossed by the time I got out to dry off the water was cold to the touch.
That would be less pleasing to me than warm water.
There you go again. Do you not realize your inflexibility is what led to our demise?
But Biscuit, cold water would be like gazpacho. Because gazpacho is served cold.
I know how gazpacho is served. I am a woman of the world. Look, Daryl, I need unconditional love like I would receive if my landlord allowed pets and I owned a cockapoo, which is an attractive mix of a cocker spaniel and poodle, though I should also point out it has a funny name.
Let me contemplate my reaction were I to find myself in a situation in which your bath water is cold.
Too late, it is over. In fact, I just finished changing the passwords to all our streaming service accounts. That makes our breakup official and permanent.
Biscuit.
I am hanging up on you now as a symbol of the fact that to the very end I retained the upper hand in this relationship. Please say something so that it's clear I am hanging up on you.
Biscuit, I just do not.
Where were we? Oh yes. If you want to subscribe to an Oat Drink newsletter and you can't think of an Oat Drink newsletter except Spam by Oatly, subscribe to Spam by Oatly. I believe that catchy phrase should be some sort of advertising tagline. We should end on that note and cut to a logo to assure maximum brand recall.
Alright, you can stop there. I think we've got everything. Yeah, that sounded really great.
That is why I am being paid the bucks that are not quite big but are more sizable than the money my sister Ashley is pulling in, as her dream of building a mattress resale empire has thus far remained unrealized.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Hey, listen, can we get one more version of that new Spam by Oatly tagline that you just made up?
I believe my vocal training has built up the strength in me to record one more version.
This is the new Spam by Oatly tagline, take 2.
If you want to subscribe to an Oat Drink newsletter and you can't think of an Oat Drink newsletter except Spam by Oatly, subscribe to Spam by Oatly.
Great. I think we've got everything that we need.
Thank you for equaling my professionalism during what has been a most challenging recording session today. By the way, my agent wants to know when this is airing and how long will the video be?
Yeah, I don't know anything about timing. No idea. I think the video is supposed to be between 11 and 17 seconds, but,
11 to 17 seconds? That is madness, and by that I mean the noun and not the band.
Yeah, well, TikTok users, they don't have much patience nowadays. Not like the old TikTok users.
One cannot fully immerse themselves in my performance in 17 seconds.
I think we can probably fix that in the edit.
Maybe we should start over.
No, I think that's Daryl from the water slide.
I know. What do you want, Daryl?
I would find cold bathwater to be acceptable.